Newly released body camera video shows the moment shots were fired when two officers approached a vehicle early Saturday morning.
You're not under arrest, okay?
Policing is a very, very dangerous job. It often requires split-second decisions that will be second-guessed for a lifetime.
Police received a call from a security officer at Breckenridge Square Apartments on suspicious activity inside of a vehicle.
What are you doing, sir? Just talking to you. No, talking to me for what, sir?
A confrontation ensued while officers asked the three people inside of the vehicle to get out, one of which, sitting on the passenger side, was Elijah Eubanks, and within moments.
Open the door. Oh, shit.
Police say the 20-year-old suspect pointed a gun at one of the officers, firing his weapon. Police shot the suspect multiple times, and in seconds, the complex was lit up with police lights.
You don't shoot at police. You just do not. That is a foolish thing to do because they're trying to protect themselves.
Authorities identified the two officers involved as Eric Goldschmidt and Ian Stewart, both on limited duties as LMPD's Public Integrity Unit investigates.
As police officers, we hope and we pray that we never have to fire our weapons. But when we're forced to do so, we understand, we accept the high level of public scrutiny that will result from that shooting.
Trey Ward, WLKY News.
New Washington, Indiana, nestled at the edge of Clark County, a one-stoplight kind of town, home to just several hundred people.
Just a small community. Everybody pretty much knows everybody there. It's a type of community where you can leave your keys in the car and nothing really happens.
At least that's what Tracy Leonard thought until he got the phone call his mother had been attacked outside her First Street home. It happened in the early morning hours of December 27th. But the attack was so brutal, Sandra Leonard, who doctors say suffered a stroke as a result, was only recently released from the hospital.
It is bad. I mean, to hit somebody into a stroke, and that's exactly what they did. Yeah, but she's getting better every day. Now the fear has set into her where she's scared to go outside.
Now, because of the severity of her injury, Sandra Leonard's memory is still a little foggy. But here's what she's been able to remember so far. She told her family she stepped out of her side door to bring out her garbage. And while she was walking over here, she saw a man and a woman in her backyard. She says they punched her and hit her over the head with some type of object. She ended up blacking out, but not before screaming and possibly scaring off those attackers. Tracy Leonard says it's likely his mother, who lives alone, was targeted in what would have been a burglary. Leonard, who has law enforcement experience, says he started his own investigation, but he's hoping the public comes forward with information before the pair strikes again.
Somebody knows something out here, and they need to come forward. I know somebody knows something.
Lauren Adams, WLKY News.
This door, now fixed, was shattered after police say two suspects broke into this gun store and stole multiple firearms. Police say this surveillance video caught the crime all unfold. The burglary took only seconds to commit.
It was a big shock, like, wow.
Police say Thursday morning a brick crashed through the front door of the Watson Chambers Defense Institute. You can see in surveillance video two men rush into the business and grab as many guns as they can. 15 seconds later, they ran out, leaving behind a trail of shattered glass.
If they can do that to a police enforcement business, they can definitely do it next door to a family-owned business.
Just steps away from the gun store, workers at this sandwich shop are on edge.
Our owner, Billy Joe, is taking safety precautions as we speak, so he will make sure that we are safe as we can be, but still, that's not a guarantee.
While Columbus police would not confirm how many firearms were taken, an employee at the gun shop who didn't want to go on camera tells us about 15 guns were stolen.
Trying to follow all the leads that are coming in.
Lieutenant Matt Harris says his department isn't ruling out the possibility that it might have been an inside job.
It's hard to say at this point. I can tell you that the suspects did appear to know where they were going at inside the store.
We just gotta pray. That's it. Put it in God's hands because it's out of ours.
In Bartholomew County, Trey Ward, WLKY News.
They were arguing back and forth in front of the store. Then she walked up to him, pulled the gun and shot him.
Bright yellow crime scene tape surrounded the front of Yasser Barghouti's store on West Broadway Wednesday morning.
That's not really what somebody would like to see, at any time, any given time.
Police say a man was shot right there in the entrance of the store. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. There were several witnesses in the area when it happened, including Gladys Kirksey, who lives nearby.
When I seen the cops come past, I just prayed and asked God to put his hands on this man, don't take his life.
Broadway Meat Market has been open for just a year. It's a popular local grocery for residents who don't have very many fresh food buying options in the area.
This is my store. I love this store.
In less than 24 hours, Louisville Metro Police responded to 3 separate shooting scenes where 4 people were shot, leaving citizens pleading for an end to the gun violence.
They got to have some more people out here that can roam the streets and get some of these guns off of the streets. We got to have help.
Stop shooting. Save a life. Help somebody today. It's about helping and saving one another.
Barghouti hopes the shooting is a reminder to others that violence is never the answer.
We really would like to see people living in peace and harmony. To see people, kind of getting more compassion and understanding to one another.
We've got a bit of a heat wave happening today, don't we, Louisville?
It's her reputation that has packed shows for years.
Such a beautiful crowd. Thank you, Louisville.
And Saturday night's Taylor Swift concert was no exception. 17-year-old Laura James joined hundreds out at Papa John's Cardinal Stadium to hear the leader of Teen Swifties.
I've been a fan since about 2012 when Red came out.
But her road to the big show comes with its challenges.
It's not fun, and it definitely takes away from the experiences that I get to have.
In May of last year, Laura was diagnosed with glioblastoma. It's a rare brain cancer that could bring on symptoms like severe headaches, personality changes, and nausea.
So it's progressing. There's not a lot of treatments out there for it.
Laura's mother, Amber Jones, says listening to T Swift's music helps her daughter to get through her trials.
She gives her someone to look up to and just someone to kind of keep her happy and motivated. And we play her music a lot. During chemo, we would sit there and play her music, and she wouldn't let me turn on the TV. We had to listen to Taylor.
Which is why the family took a 10-hour trip from Fayetteville, Arkansas to see Taylor hit the stage.
I would love it if Laura could meet Taylor tonight.
And gain inspiration.
I feel like I could cry.
From Laura's favorite pop star to continue her fight against cancer.
To do when you have to do it and hopefully beat it in the end.
Of course, here in Louisville, the Muhammad Ali Center is the place where hundreds come to pay tribute to the greatest. But now there is a second location here at Cave Hill Cemetery. Muhammad Ali's gravesite is now finished.
The gravesite is officially finished and open for the public, and the family and the entire family welcome everyone that wants to attend.
Just moments after the official unveiling of the greatest memorial and gravesite, fans began to arrive. This is exactly what the family wanted.
Lonnie wanted me to convey this morning her thanks to the Louisville community for their outpouring of support.
And what Ali wanted too.
He wanted to make sure that the world always knew that he was from Louisville, Kentucky, and Louisville, Kentucky produced the greatest of all time.
Ali also requested the memorial be full of landscaping with color to make it welcoming. That included building these 2 granite benches surrounding his gravesite to allow people to sit, relax, and reflect. A large granite monument bears his name, and the quote, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room in heaven." The granite ledger, which covers where his body rests, is engraved with another quote Ali gave a reporter on how he wanted to be remembered. Many came to see the completed site. Friends?
Kind of simplistic, but then also kind of big for just kind of welcoming with the steps and the 2 benches, and then just the headstone, everything, it just kind of fits.
And family.
It's a very high tribute and honor to do this for my brother. He's in heaven now, and he's such a good person in life, and he deserves it.
Muhammad Ali and his family picked this very site back in 2008. And upon his death, His imam, or the religious leader of his mosque, came, approved it, and blessed it. And now the family hopes this is a blessing for everyone to see. Here at Cave Hill Cemetery, Ann Bowden, WLKY News.